Witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie, z tej strony Spichris, Dragon Age, Straż Zasłony. No co tam, lecimy, nie będziemy się tutaj zastanawiać co, gdzie, jak, dlaczego. Będę pogadać. Co on tam znowu wymyślił?
Maybe tomorrow. Swimming? Don't push your luck. You're still learning how to fly.
You two have come a long way since we met.
Yeah, and he's still just a cub.
Wait till he's a teenager.
It's all about emotion with his son. What makes him happy, what makes him sad, or afraid. He's pure that way. No hiding anything. He likes you, you know it. He doesn't like you, he won't hold back.
What about me?
He's taken a shine.
Yeah?
Listen, I wanted to thank you. Without your help, the Griffins would have gone extinct all over again. You stepped up. They have a home because of you.
Watching over the forest seems like the best future for them. The Veil Jumpers could use the help.
Strife and Irilyn aren't going to complain.
I wonder what Hassan's brothers and sisters think.
He says as long as there are clear skies to roam, warm sun to nap, and bellyfuls of food, they'll be happy.
The Griffin's word is good enough for me.
Till Tosh teaches him how to swear.
That might actually be fun. See you around.
Przeklinający gryf. Dobra. Jedno z głowy. Ja chyba nie tu idę. Tu się rozpędziłem, a to jest jeszcze u tego. Ameryka. Nie u Belary.
He's courageous, and I do enjoy his stories. I didn't expect it, but Strife and I are getting along quite well. But where to go with him?
Does he like coffee or knives? Sorry, Emric. Rook might be better at this.
Rook, quickly, Strife will be here soon. Does wandering Arlathan's groves or exploring its caves, filled with lightning insects, seem more romantic?
How long have you and Strife been seeing each other?
Not for long. He inquired about my corpse whispering, then presented me with the most exquisite jeweled skull. One thing led to another.
That's some present.
Wasn't it?
If you and Strife are just out for fun, I'm sure any place is good.
You know Strife's work, Rook. Constantly exploring, sometimes hunted, often alone. Whether or not he knows it, a man like that needs romance.
And you're gonna give it to him?
Oh, eventually.
Co ma tu wybrać? Idźcie sobie, poglądajcie owady.
If I know Strife, and I do, he'd love to show off how he handles a little danger in the caves.
You're right. A rendezvous fitting for a man of action.
All set. Where are we heading, Emric?
I thought we'd visit those fascinating sounding caves under the waterfalls.
One of my favorites. I hope you're up for a climb. There's a part where the stones grow some eyes.
Thrilling. I'll find some extra rope. Until later.
That's what I like about your friend, Rook. For a city mage, he's not afraid to play in the mud.
Should I wait up?
Don't bother. It's not a real outing if we don't come back till sunrise.
Kurde, wszędzie jakieś randki, spotkania. Co to się porobiło? O, dobra, wszyscy. No to powstrzymaj nieumarłego zabójcę. Okej. To ma być w dokach. W ogóle masa rzeczy do zrobienia.
Tarquin, my dear, have you thought about doing anything else with your life? You hate being a Templar,
It's a job.
but you're miserable.
I don't think a new job will help with that.
Dobra, tutaj i tak nie mam raczej nic do kupienia już, z tego co pamiętam. To lecę tutaj od razu. Najbliższe tutaj.
Is that a candle?
Śmierć?
It must be the haunting.
Świecogoniec jakiś. Co mu się stało?
One less problem on my doorstep.
That thing would give me nightmares if I slept at night.
Candlehop enchantments give them the lay of the city. If the spirit picked those up, made it easy to skulk around.
No i spoko. Kolejne zadanie wykonane, ale jak tutaj już jesteśmy, to można zrobić kolejne. Co tu było do zrobienia? Gdzie tu jest coś? Drzwi. Lubiano nie chcę. Tutaj. Uścisk legendy i dusze miasta.
Cedar Siconia, back on stage. Where to see her? Who's the new friend?
Kurde, złota miał na tej tacy, jakby miał, wyglądał jakby miał więcej ode mnie. Hello.
Lenos intends to destroy the city with Blight and Darkspawn.
Cuffs. Nothing like an attack to cause chaos in a city. You should head there immediately.
All right, let's go.
Nowy obszar.
Be ready.
Fight on!
Nie ma co się szczypać. Co to za odgłosy były? W ogóle gdzie ja trafiłem? Hej, całkiem nowe miejsce. Takie całkiem nowe. Brawo! Bałem się, że spadnie.
Eyes open.
Elegancka. Pamiątka, super. A to jeszcze mi ze 300 brakuje chyba. Ale widoczek niczego sobie nie powiem. Fajny. Trochę za mało ponury jak na mój gust, ale fajny. Nie, jeszcze ogniem się ja to jeden. Dobra, końcek dobrego.
Still in one piece.
No i super. Tam trzeba pójść. No tu co? Troszkę dymu. A, zimno. Dla czarodziei bardziej. Klimatyczne miejsce, nie?
Something tore through these gates. Something big.
Pewnie tak. Pewnie zaraz to znajdziemy.
Get ready.
Can't get along.
Let's finish this! Hate to be on their side.
More blokes in the way.
A jak to teraz? Zniszcz przeszkodę.
That did it.
There's a lot of them. We need to close it.
Ale będzie paru mniej. Ja dziękuję, staram się jak najbardziej.
Everything's crumbling down here. Might be tricky to get out.
At least a dozen people have been lost trying to map this place. But I've mentioned that.
To było bardzo miłe z tej strony, że wspomniałaś. Czuję się lepiej, bezpieczniej.
Find the blight boils. We need to clear the way and keep pushing. We got it. Way should be clear.
Shadow dragons? How did you find this place? Venatori, to me! You think you can stop the Venatori? All the risen gods?
I won't give up the city to them, or to you.
The Shadow Dragons have brought nothing but chaos to the city.
At least we're not trying to blight it.
Nice heat.
Can't say he'll be missed.
Let's look around, see what we find.
Co tu nie ma do wzięcia?
Reviso, we have a tale of a masked man who lived in the bowels of the city.
Sitting in the sewer and consumed with lust for a noble woman he couldn't have.
You know the story.
We have the same one in Minrathous.
To se pogawędkę ucięli? Wow, ładnie. Rytuał bogów. Lenosi. Przygotowania do rytuału zmartwychwstałych bogów wymagają większej liczby żołnierzy. Zasiej zamęt w mieście. Doprowadź ludzi do rozpaczy. Powiedz im, że Venatori i bogowie ich zbawią. Nie zawiedź.
The risen gods ritual. That's what the gods in the Venatori are preparing for.
Magisterium jest nasze, templariusze są nasi, pałac nie może je dłużej ukrywać, że Archont Rodonis nie żyje, duch miasta wkrótce się złamie, a Venatori powstaną.
Venos's documents. They detail the Venatori's long-term plans and what they want to do to Tevinter.
Elfie mapy gwiezdne. Starożytne elfy posługiwały się magią ciał niebieskich i splatały swoje najpotężniejsze zaklęcia pod zaćmionym słońcem. Zbliża się całkowite zaćmienie, co jest pomyślnym znakiem dla naszych zmartwychwstałych bogów. Filia.
These star charts predict an eclipse to make magic stronger.
Ritual magic, empowered by an eclipse.
All this, the ritual, the eclipse, and the Venatori plans. We have to bring this to the Shadow Dragons immediately.
We need to tell the Shadow Dragons what we found.
Evil old gods, rituals, waiting for the stars. It's about as Tevinter as blood magic and hubris.
Learning about the gods' plans is wonderful, of course. But the lists of magisters you got your hands on, now there's the real gold.
You've looked at it already. Of course you have.
Information on their backers, the ties to illegal slavery. Don't you see what this means? This is power, May. Imagine becoming Archon and using this against those who've been hurting the people for years.
You, on the throne, Dorian.
Tell me that wouldn't be a splendid way to bring about real change.
Wyczuwam tu plan.
Sounds like someone's got a plan.
Goodness, you make me sound absolutely nefarious. I love it. But yes, if the Venatori can scheme, so could we.
But how would you use this information exactly?
Dorian wants to use it to crush our enemies by whatever means necessary. I prefer to use it to rally the people. I say we make the information known. Allow the people to see the real justice served. Prove that from now on, we work
Popieram,
for
popieram.
them.
Ten drugi sposób też jest dobry, ale...
Or have you
Ale.
forgotten the Lucerni? I no longer trust that political machine will work in our favor. No. We must get at the root of the problem before they can react. A more forceful approach. Destroy them and their networks utterly.
Swords and spies and blackmail? The devious means you learned in the South? If we go outside the system, we invite everyone else to do the same. No, we have to do this in the open. Show the people of Tevinter that we're here for them.
We're shadow dragons. It's right there in the name. You supported this because you knew the system didn't work for the people.
The point was to work in the shadows until we could work in the light. And Rook has brought us what we need.
May, the Imperium's politics burned you once and you still...
Enough. We're not the only ones who have a stake in this. Rook, you have been instrumental in all this. Which strategy do you prefer?
Nevaris, you really believe making this evidence public will work?
Dorian wants to work behind the scenes, but once again, it's the Magisters and Highbloods pulling the Imperium's strings. That doesn't inspire. It's a tactic used by our enemies. We need to show Tevinter that we can be different.
Unless they find some way to bury it? Or leverage their wealth, power, and status as they often have before?
Politics is a long game. If we use force against our enemies, our allies will remember it.
What sort of change are you trying to achieve?
For a start, slavery. Abhorrent. It needs to go no more.
And Tevinter has been ruled by the Altus Mages for all of its history. That must change. The Zoparati, non-mages, deserve a say in their own governance.
And all that's just the beginning of what will undoubtedly be a long journey.
Dorian, are you really suggesting violent revolution?
Not necessarily. Sometimes a mere threat of violence is sufficient.
He learned that from his friends in the South. I hear Ferelden settled a succession crisis with a duel.
It worked. Astoundingly.
We're not Ferelden.
I'm merely saying we need to consider bold and creative methods of achieving our ends. The game is rigged. Why play by rules crooked magisters already exploit? Clear the board and start over. If they're gone, we can fill the magisterium with those who respect the office. Then we'll actually see progress.
Shouldn't you be on the same side?
We are on the same side. We both know what Tevinter needs. How best to get it, that's the question.
If we went with Dorian's plan, I'd support it fully. But we won't, because he'll come around and realize that I'm right.
And I'd absolutely back you up on that, if you were right, which you aren't.
We'll see.
Will we?
You want me to choose who will be Archon? But I'm not even from here. I can't decide.
Then talk to the ones who are. See what they say. Asher and Tarquin, Nev, Gallus, they're all a part of this, just as you are. We should all be comfortable with whatever course we take.
All right. I'll go do that.
No dobra, ale dlaczego ja mam rozmawiać? Sama nie mogła? Znaczy oni we dwoje razem powinni w sumie, nie? Bardziej.
Grand news about Lenos. One less crooked Templar in town.
He could have done so much with his position.
But he chose his side and got what he deserved.
Lenos made my life miserable. Rana's too.
I hear he started out different. Maybe he once cared about something other than gold. But I didn't know that, Lenos. And I'm not going to mourn the one I did. Still, I'll thank the bastard for writing everything down and delivering it to us all neat.
Dorian and Mayvaris still have to decide what to do with everything we got from Lenos.
Any course of action is better than sitting around, if you ask me.
I suspect this decision will determine Tevinter's path for years to come.
Then Dorian's way is my choice. He knows you don't stop to talk when you find a hole in the enemy's defenses.
Dorian is a brash rebel.
And Mayvaris too much of a romantic.
I think the people will appreciate Mayvaris returning as the leader they've always wanted to see.
No. They'll appreciate their lives actually changing for the better.
What do you think might happen, depending on who leads?
With May, she gets power back again. Gets one more shot at changing Tevinter from the top down. Worst that could happen is nothing. But that's what you risk when all you rely on is hope. But with Dorian...
We could get chaos, strife. Things might get harder before they get easier. If they get easier.
I'll take my chances.
What if we pick the wrong person?
They both care. They'll both try their best. There is no wrong person. With your help, we've come further than we have in years. Change isn't a straight line. All that matters is that we keep moving.
And that's just fancy talk for thanks, Rook. You did good.
Czyli ten tu. I nic z tego nie wynika.
So, what do you think?
Lenos is gone. We got information about the Venatori's plans, the god's ritual. I'd call that a good day.
I meant about Mayvaris and Dorian. We all want change. Who will be more effective in getting it?
Oh, that. You're dragging me into it?
You know me. I'm trouble. But more than that, it's your city. Your Tevinter. And I care about what you think.
Sweet talker. Mayvaris Talani has been in this game for decades. She's dedicated and ruthless when she needs to be. Dorian Parvis is a wild card. Flashy and inventive, he'll keep his enemies on their toes. But if you're asking me, I'd go with Mayvaris. She'll inspire people, show them that the Magisterium can be better than it is. Right now, after the gods and everything else, that's what this city needs. What we all need.
Thanks, Nev. That helps.
That's what I'm here for.
No, już coś tam wiem. Dobra.
Maker. A full quarter of the Magisterium supporting a cult. Bending the knee to these risen old gods just for a taste of more power. Can they not see they're only tools for the gods? So they can destroy the world?
Demanding intelligence, rationality, and self-awareness from our peers. You ask too much, Mayvaris.
Look at me. Such a fool.
Ah, it's Rook. You spoke with the others.
What do you think? Who should be leading the charge from here on?
What happens after it's decided who'll lead?
Well, Lenos is gone, the cult's numbers are down, and they're scrambling to prepare for the god's ritual. They'll be distracted. It's a perfect opportunity to get our preparations in order.
All plans contingent on surviving the current disaster, of course.
No to ją wybieramy w takim razie.
Mayvaris should lead.
I will not squander the opportunity. That is my promise to you all.
And May will have my full support, of course, for when enemies get in our way.
They will. It is to winter, after all.
The risen gods are still causing chaos. The people will need your voice to keep them fighting.
Oh, they will fight. This city has strength enough to stand against any so-called gods. We will win the day, and after that, we will win a brighter to winter for all of us.
Dłuższe miasto osiągnięcie. Była plus 400 smoki cienia. Tylko na co mi to, na co mi. Dobra. Lecę dalej, lecę dalej. O, w bibliotece coś nowego. A, tylko pamiątka. Stowarzyszy. Nef już ma i tak maksa. Lucanis. O, Lucanis ma do wydania co nieco. Dobra. Co tam dalej? Salę nekropolii. Oddać zadanie. I też zaraz maksa wbiję.
Thank you. I've secured my attendance at the Sword of Draken at the Royal Theatre tomorrow night. Congratulations are in order. There are no more hauntings of this magnitude to be dealt with.
You have done well.
Allow us to present you with a final token of our appreciation.
Średni hełm, unikat. Obrona, obrażenia zdolności w dół, ale zyskujesz precyzję, kiedy zostaje ci mało zdrowia. Trafienia precyzyjne wysysają teraz 100%, kiedy masz mało zdrowia. Dobra. Tutaj brakuje mi 230. Kurde no. Nie da się tego jakoś tak zaznaczyć? Oczywiście, że nie, bo przecież kto w dzisiejszych czasach może używa do zaznaczania jakichś rzeczy, nie? Żeby tak sprzedawać. Przecież to bez sensu co najmniej. Masakra z tym tak naprawdę. Normalnie sterowanie jak na konsoli jakiejś. No dawaj, szybciej. Już mam. Naprawdę nic nadzwyczajnego. Nie używa. Tutaj to najbardziej mi potrzebne było. Dobra. Obrona o 1. Stałe i super. Dzięki. Na razie. Dobra, wezmę to oddasz. Niech jej będzie. Mogliby to jakąś kładkę dać, a nie po wodzie się łazi.
Hey.
No hej.
So, Tash pries the enormous ruby out of the statue's eye socket. Except then it wakes up, and now it's real pissed that it's missing an eye.
Oh, my.
What kind of statue was this?
Big snake.
Not bad.
Not bad. It's a giant snake. What would have been better than that?
Dragon.
Maybe. I've seen dragons, though. Never a giant snake.
And now we've got a giant, angry, one-eyed snake statue trying to swallow Tash whole.
Wait, how does that work? Where would they go? Did it have a stomach?
Wait for it.
Best part is, while Tash is pounding that snake's nose, she's still holding the ruby in her other hand. Maker's panties, I was so proud.
Oh,
Ah, shit. They're still holding it, sorry.
What are you doing?
Pulling a barv.
Oh, okay.
A barv?
Tradition in the Lords of Fortune, from one of our old members, Barv. Good guy, but like most of us, his plans went sideways a lot. Bad blood among your crew's not good for morale, but there's not always time for big, drawn-out apologies. So, when one of us screws up and we know we've screwed up, we do a quick 10 to put it right. Pulling a barv.
No chyba nie było 10.
Oh, there we go.
Ale tym to bez sensu.
I'm glad the Lords of Fortune have Tash's back.
Oh, Tash isn't the first non-binary member of the Lords.
Really?
It was a little before your time, but Horlicks was one of ours.
Huh.
Bastard looked better than I did in a dress or pants. And out of them, too.
Any reason you can't just apologize?
Sometimes people say, oops, sorry, and hope that fixes it. But they just want to get the whole thing over with. Trust me, I know. But pulling a barv, you sweat a little. Makes you think about it a little more. Shows the other person you mean it.
What if they mean it when they say they're sorry, though?
And that's the other reason. Some people mess up and get all dramatic. They make it about them. Oh, you know, I didn't mean it right. I'd never do that on purpose. They feel so bad about it that it's on everyone else to smooth it over and make them feel better.
Oh, okay. Yes, some people might do that.
Pulling a barv puts it on the person who screwed up. They made the mess, they fix it, done.
That's a nice rule. We could try it on our team.
At least you'd get a workout.
Ouch.
I didn't expect the Lords to care about the stuff. Me being non-binary.
Kirkwall taught me about family. If it matters to you, it matters to me. I mean, to the, Lords.
Oh. Thanks.
Anyway, where was I? So, there Tash is, thigh-deep in a snake's maw and still holding the giant ruby in one hand. I yelled that we'll get them out of there, and Tash just yells back, "Get up its ass! I'll meet you in the middle!"
Okay, the stomach I get, but did it really have?
Hey, who ate the last breaded cheese wand?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I guess I thought, well, I don't know what.
It's fine.
No, they're your favorite.
A, wiesz co trzeba zrobić. Dawaj.
Lara, I know you're sorry, but you did mess up.
I know.
And what do we do when we mess up?
Yes, you're right. I'm pulling a barv. 1, 2.
O, podnieść taki duży tyłek to faktycznie ciężko.
Right place. Ooh, it's a little sloppy though.
Bend your knees.
I zadanie ukończone. No i super. Noc opiekuna plus 200 za tamtą pamiątkę. I tu do sklepu tędy, tak? Ma coś ciekawego? Bla, 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 bla. A, tylko jedno ma. Muszę tutaj kupić więcej rzeczy, ile mi brakuje. Wciul. 550, 411 tylko. Ajajajajaj. No nie. To tego nie zrobię. Na razie. Mówi się trudno. Może jeszcze nazbieram sprzętów. O, Belara. Belara. Dawaj mapę. Brakowało mi jakieś 350, tu dostałem 200, tam ze 250 wpadło. Kurde, może będę miał już maksymalny poziom zaraz? Co ja tu biegnę, to lepiej się przenieść, będzie szybciej, nie? Żeby w końcu po moście dało się tutaj przejść.
I could use a trip outside the lighthouse, you know, clear my head. Enna Bellinaris. From the form, we bring forth the eternal. Thanks, Rook, for coming. I don't think I could have done this alone.
He was a veil jumper. Or close enough.
Right. Close enough. Anyways, we need to light 3 more braziers. Each one represents an aspect of the self. It's close to what we've always done. The Dalish, I mean. But the ancient elves used veil fire to show our connection to the Fade. Or so the archive tells me anyways. I think it's what Syrian would have wanted.
I know it's hard, but you can do this.
I already buried him once. At least this time, it's for real. Let's head to the first brazier. Okay, the first brazier should be ahead somewhere.
How far?
However far it needs to be, I guess.
No dawaj. Ta zbroja ma prawie jak ten, Iron Man.
Wonder what else we'll find. On the archive, I mean.
Could be anything, really. It didn't sound too choosy.
Not choosy, but rude. And very, very stubborn.
Ktoś ma sobie poradzić z upartym archiwum, to raczej tylko ona.
Belara. Hey, Irilyn.
Look, if you need to talk, let me know. I don't want our history to make things awkward, and I'm still your friend, you know? Anyways, time to light the first brazier.
Tak. A, nie położę na razie, dopóki tam pewnie nie rozpalę. Dobra, to rozpalamy. Belaro, czyń swoją powinność, dajesz.
third we grant to the stars, to speak your life to the firmament. Am I doing this right? I don't know. The archive wasn't much help. It told me the words, but words are only part of it. Rituals aren't just about what you say, it's why and how you say it.
Reclaiming the past was never going to be easy. But you have to start somewhere. Why not here?
Syrian made it sound so simple. Learn the past and then live it. But so much is different. Who we are now is as important as who we were. I just wish it were easier. Okay, let's head to the next brazier.
It's unusual to see all these obstacles in the way of a funeral. Death's hard to deal with, though, no matter where you come from.
Each obstacle's supposed to represent grief and moving past it, literally. But yeah, it's a little weird, probably. Syrian would have laughed at it.
Napraw. Dzięki.
Okay, on to the next brazier.
So what do you
think
is out there?
I don't know. Could be anything, really. That's kind of the magic.
Wrażenia. Więcej zachwianie. Więcej... Dawaj. Odmienimy.
Nev, what are you doing here?
What? You know I show up for you, Belle. They'd only let one of us come, though. The rest send their regards, especially Emmerich.
I'm just... Wow. Thank you, Nev. And everyone else.
Hey, as long as I'm around, you've got family. All right, go on and light the brazier.
A third we grant to the sea, to carry you to distant shores. Syrian always wanted to see what was across the ocean. Not Pervalin, I mean really across the other parts of the world. I wonder if the Evanurus ever left Thetis.
Maybe when all this is over, we'll find a boat and go see what's out there.
Maybe things went differently, you know, somewhere else. Without the Exalted Marches, without Tevinter, what does that even look like? Maybe better, or maybe not, but different? More of us alive, and probably free? Okay, on to the next one. Okay, one more brazier to go. I'd hoped that the archive might change, now that Anaris is gone, I mean.
I'm guessing it didn't?
It called me a witless fool 3 times when it was teaching me about ancient elven funerals.
Not so much, then.
I had to threaten to send it into an active volcano.
So why are there people waiting after the obstacles?
It's a reminder that on the other side of even the hardest days, people are there for you. I like it. It's literal in a really reassuring way.
Yeah, that's a nice thought. I thought Dalish clans planted trees for their funerals.
This is what we've always done, that I remember, anyway. Well, we didn't use ancient magic before. First time I went to a funeral was for my grandmother. I was 7, had to climb through a bunch of fallen trees. By the time I got to the end, I was dirty and tired and sad, but not as sad as I thought I'd be. So I guess it worked. At least a little bit.
Idziesz? Myślałem, że automatycznie coś pogada.
Lara, I'm sorry about Syrian.
O, jest.
Thanks, Strife. I'm glad you're here.
He was one of us, even if he never officially joined.
He died protecting Arlathan, even knowing the cost.
Saving the world. Seems like it might run in the family. Time to light the last brazier.
Owszem, ale najpierw pójdę tutaj, bo potem się okaże, że mnie gdzieś teleportowało. Jakaś notatka. O tej tajemniczej substancji. Ostatnie notatki na temat tajemniczej substancji ze zwoju znalezionego w ruinach, przetłumaczone z języka elfów przez Bellarę. Zapisuję to, żeby przypomnieć sobie, że nie postradałem zmysłów. Jakimś cudem Atrahel znalazł resztkę substancji. Kiedy zwróciłem na to uwagę, zamiast ją oddać, postanowiłem ją spożyć. Wówczas rozległ się dźwięk, straszny, rozdzierający dźwięk i Atrahel się przeobraził. Jego ciało naprężało się, rosło i jaśniało nienaturalnym światłem. I wtedy uwolniła się moc, jakiej nigdy dotąd nie widziałem. Odsłoniłem się w ostatniej chwili, w odróżnieniu od innych i nic po nich nie zostało. Nawet pył. Odchodzą, bo na pewno wkrótce zjawią się Evanuris, lecz po raz kolejny wielki Anarys wymknie się im z rąk. Potwornie okropne, oczywiście to Anarys, Bellara. Ciekawe. Co to była za substancja? Co to z nią chodzi? I skąd ją wziąć? Dobra, odpalaj.
And a third we return to the infinite, to find their way to the sanctum of the eternal. And that's it. The words we used to say. According to the archive, at least. It's close to what we say now. Not the same, but nearly. And it's what he would have wanted.
Sounds nice. The sanctum of the eternal. It's a lot more hopeful than some funerals I've been to.
Maybe that's why I'm not sadder. I mean, I'm mostly okay. Not amazing, not great, but okay. We found it. That connection. What Syrian and I were looking for. When he came back, it hurt again. Worse, almost. But this time, I got to say goodbye. And now I have to live my life. That's all I can do, for either of us.
It's good you were there for your brother. And now you can live your life for you.
I will. There's so much to do. So much to still learn from the archive. I don't know what our people's future looks like. But now they know their past. And they have a future. I hope you've found peace. Wherever you are now. Dareth, Shiral, and Ha Belanaris. Syrian, I love you.
Demands we attack.
No i super. Kolejne zadanie jest dla członka drużyny wykonane. Co tam w kodeksie się pojawiło? Refleksje na temat rytuałów. Nie przestaję rozmyślać nad słowami, których nauczyło mnie archiwum. Co znaczą, co mówią o tym, kim byliśmy. Są zbliżone do słów, których używali Dalijczycy. W sumie wciąż używają. 3 paleniska, z których każda oznacza część jaźni. Ale są też rozbieżności. Sklepieniu zamiast niebu i nieskończoności zamiast ziemi. Może na tym polega różnica. Dalijski rytuał dotyczy teraźniejszości, ziemi, nieba, morza. W obecności tutaj, w życiu, które mamy. Rytuał Eloen jest inny. Nie uważam, żeby był lepszy lub gorszy, po prostu inny. Mniej dotyczy tu i teraz, a bardziej cóż wszystkiego. I to uczy pokory. Jest trochę przerażające. Z pamiętnika Bellary. No dobra, kolejne zadanie zrobione. Zostało już tylko tutaj serce skażenia. Znajdź ostatnie źródło skażenia. Ale pewnie zrobimy to. Tutaj nie wiem, czy będę mógł to dokończyć. Tylko tak, najpierw latarnia. Zobaczę, tam gdzieś się da coś zagadać, pogadać. Fajnie by było. Jak nie, to mówi się trudno. Gdzie tu jeszcze musiałem coś zrobić? Antiwiaskie kruki. Tutaj, kurde, mało mam, ale jak może zrobię tą na miłość do Treviso, to mi troszeczkę doda punkciorów. Tu jeszcze troszeczkę brakuje. Tutaj mam. Czyli tak naprawdę najmocniej to mi brakuje tutaj w tej chwili. W salach męstwa też troszeczkę. Zobaczymy, jak to będzie wyglądało. Latarnia, zobaczę, czy nic do pogadania nie ma. I chyba starczy. Coś się pojawiło nowego? O, Darwin. To jeszcze szybciutko z Darwinem zagadam. I mogę ewentualnie zobaczyć, ile mi tu jeszcze brakuje. 50. Kurde. A to znaczy, że to praktycznie już mam. Co tam dumasz?
Rook, I had an idea. I figured it's a good time to check in with Eldrin. See how his griffin training is coming along. Want to come with me to Arlathan?
Sounds like a plan.
It'll be good to see those feathery faces again.
Pewnie, że będzie dobrze, ale to też w którymś z kolejnych odcinków, pewnie następnym, na który oczywiście serdecznie zapraszam. Do usłyszenia!